We could take the parking lot at Bank of America. It's right over there. If we wanted to do that on Wednesday, that might have a bit more of an impact. If anyone,
I'm all for that. I think if we take a direct action against Bank of America, we may bring on some negative response from the local police department, and we need to consider if we're prepared to do that before we do that type of action. But I'm all for it.
I think we just have to be prepared to, if the police department can interfere. We're not ready as a group to, pass it. We're not ready to do that yet. So if the police department comes there on Wednesday and they ask us to leave, we come over here. We just leave peacefully at this point until we have a plan.
So would you guys
I think
support?
we should do it. Go ahead.
I don't really feel comfortable telling other people they can or cannot, what they can or cannot do in the face of
suggestion.
Yeah. I don't think that it makes sense for us to agree to disobey the police as a group at this point. But to tell anybody specifically what they can or can't do.
Well, then you take the chance if you're ready to be arrested. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I've been arrested
Yeah.
before, but you have to be prepared.
That's correct.
Where I don't think we're prepared to do that.
Yeah, I would like to add that, say I agree, and I think that's something that a lot of people here could probably be behind, but waiting till the numbers get a little bit bigger, we can have a bigger impact, because you don't want to blow it too soon. If you want to jump out the gate with 15, 20 people, they'll brush you off as insignificant. Now, if you can have a couple hundred people doing that, then that makes a much larger statement, and you don't want to show your hand too quickly. So, would you guys possibly be supportive of having that idea for future once this particular Temecula occupation grows in size? Would you guys be good with that?
I have a suggestion on that order.
Okay.
It may be good to have the promotions group or the outreach group work for maybe a specific goal or specific date for that event, and start working on doing community outreach, posting flyers in places where there's a lot of walking traffic, getting really out into the community to try and build our numbers over successive weeks up until a specific date that we target for a direct action like that.
Also, one more point on this. It's possible for us to do a march, which would be a little less aggressive, and maybe happen by the Bank of America and say hello for a few minutes without actually taking the parking lot. So there's levels of aggressiveness we can get.
That's a good idea. And I think we might maybe go across the street to the other bank.
Wells Fargo, and there's a Chase also.
Exactly, just make the round.
Yeah.
And then maybe end up here.
And one other thing I wanted to say, this was a little off topic, but if to a certain extent, if the police decide to engage us, that's going to be their decision and not ours.
Right.
But if it does happen, it's important that people document it. Get your cell phones out, get your iPhones out, get your video cameras out, and just start taking pictures. Because that will protect us, and it will also document what happens, and that's important.
Question. Oh, sorry. Good.
I just noticed there's a lot of police today.
Yeah, there's police presence today.
Yeah. So it wasn't just me, there was a lot more people.
Just about the whole, if we do the march around the banks and the police do confront us, we have to remember that we all are participating in nonviolence, and as a nonviolence committee, we have to make sure that goes towards police also. We can't egg them on or we have to remember that they're doing their jobs also, and that we have to almost work with them.
Not only can you not egg them on, if they hit you, you cannot hit back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hit back, you put the rest of the group in danger.
Well, that is peaceful resistance. You sit down, you don't engage, you just, that's, I think we're ready to do that. My thought is, if I am confronted by a police officer, I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to bail. Because I'm not ready to be arrested yet. And as a group, I don't think that would be a good idea for one person, So I will walk away at this point. But I really want to do this. I'm still
speak up a little bit?
We just have to be careful. If this come along, my suggestion of what I'm going to do is just say, okay, I'm going to go across the street then. I'm not going to engage because I can get an attitude really easy with police.
So you want to do this Wednesday?
I do want to do this Wednesday, but I'm just going to be, I'm not going to engage in any kind of combative, dialogue with police.
Can I table a proposal then for the solidarity action on Wednesday? We've been at the conclusion of the General Assembly on Saturday. We've been marching through Old Town, and maybe we could do a march, like we talked about, to either through Old Town or to the various banks, and leave the action at that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I thought that was another thing we could end up at, some civic center. I mean, at the city hall.
The other thing about it is, if we are going to do the march to the banks instead of through Old Town, it doesn't really make sense to do it after banking hours are closed.
Right.
So it would either have to be a daytime march or an evening march through Old Town.
So let's talk about time. Who's willing? I mean, I think that 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning is a good time.
Are people available during the day on Wednesday?
Question. I work in emergency medical services. I'm an EMT. I won't be able to participate on Wednesday because I'm scheduled for work, and so I won't be able to be there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do work,
Oh, yeah,
but
we
how
have
many
work,
can?
An early afternoon march might enable people who work, who can't participate in the general strike, who can't get off work, to maybe leave work early to participate in the march.
Maybe we start at 3.
Yeah,
3
something
o'clock
like that.
sounds good.
Yeah.
It's the only way we can make it.
Yeah, and that way some people might be able to get up early,
That's exactly.
or we go into that's going to be 3. So does that sound good to everybody?
Okay, and then we can put the finishing touches on the coordination of this through the Facebook group. But we'll say 3 o'clock on Wednesday, in solidarity with the general strike called by Oakland, we will have a march.
And we'll meet up right there, right? Corner.
Do we have consensus on that? Okay, fantastic. And then one more note on that I wanted to bring up was we need to talk about whether we're going to do our regular march through Old Town today. We've been pretty loud and vocal during this march. It's kind of turned a lot of heads, and given the increased aggressiveness of police action, I'm not 100% certain if we march on Old Town and we're loud and turning heads, that we won't be engaged today. So are people willing to take that risk? Do people intend on marching today?
I think if we do, if we're doing counter police at this point, I think maybe if they do ask us to leave, maybe we should just go for now. If we know for the future if there's going to be a problem.
May encounter more than police in Old Town.
We won't know until we try it.
A lot of bars, a lot of bikers. You have more to worry about than just police.
I ducked into the beer wine garden after the last march. I was hanging out with all the bikers.
Absolutely.
I really don't think
It went
But
so
we
well.
can't-
Join us.
We can't avoid doing something, or just because we think that something might happen, or that
Right.
we're afraid that somebody might say something. We have to just go out there, and if it happens, you know what, we practice nonviolence, we turn the other way, and we keep doing what we're doing. We can't make decisions based on like fear or oh my god, they might do this, they might do that. We just have to go out and do it.
Okay, so then it seems like we're agreed that we want to continue with the march today, and if we have any kind of negative police interactions, that the group is not willing to take a solidarity stand and risk arrest on this march. Is that correct?
Do we want to have if we did have a problem marching today, do we want to have like a regrouping location in mind?
Right here?
Okay.
Yeah, well, after the march, we've been coming back to the corner for another hour or so. So why don't, if the march gets disbanded, we just meet back on the corner.
Okay.
Sound good?
Good.
You guys like to split up into committees now and get some ideas flowing? That sound good to you guys? That's it? Yeah. All right, cool. So let's, what are the committees?
Yeah, and if you're in several committees, you're going to
Pick the most pressing for you.
Sandy, Gregory, Sherry. The web committee, Jesse, Gregory, Trevor, outreach committee, Chris, Walt, Josh, and Jessica.
Aren't you gonna go with the nonviolent? Or you gonna go with the other
That's
details?
you, Violet, Mike, Sandy, Sherry.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Where's your mouse?
So let's say the nonviolence committee. You guys want to meet right over here? Or right here? All right, nonviolence committee over here. Web committee. Web committee over here. The outreach and the outreach committee. Raise your hands if you were on the outreach committee. All right, so you just right where you guys are standing. Outreach committee over there.
Figure out child care.
Committee for solidarity and ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
Meet me over there if you want
right.
to throw around some ideas as far as points of solidarity. Child care. Look for the kids.
Sandy Stevens is child care. Okay.
So, sorry.